It is coffee with Lombardi. So go ahead and pour yourself a cup. Get ready for this day. It's Wednesday, the 49ers' final practice before their first 2022 preseason game. And coffee with Lombardi today, as you might be able to tell based on the text below me, is about this guy, Spencer Burford, who may be on track to raise the 49ers ceiling at right guard. I promised this to you yesterday, a big article up on The Athletic about 49ers rookie Spencer Burford. So go ahead, check out that chat section. The link is there right now. You can go check it out and make sure that you do subscribe to The Athletic. $1 a month, I believe, for newcomers there to check out that article on Spencer Burford, who might be one of the most important players on the 49ers this year, not being talked about nearly enough. But there have been 11 49ers practices so far in training camp, and Spencer Burford has started at right guard in all 11 of them. Every single first team right guard rep has belonged to the rookie Spencer Burford. Now, this is really, really significant because under Kyle Shanahan, only one rookie has started along the offensive line on opening day, and that was Mike McGlinchey back in 2018. But McGlinchey was the number 9 overall pick. He went in the first round. Spencer Burford is not from a big school like McGlinchey, Notre Dame product. Burford is from Texas, San Antonio, Conference USA, and he was picked in the 4th round. So when he first set foot in the 49ers building back in May for OTAs, he had much longer odds than McGlinchey of being a day one starter. But here he is manning that right guard spot for the 49ers. Nothing is determined fully yet, but it's with each passing practice, it looks more and more plausible that Spencer Burford will indeed start at right guard. So what got him his opportunity? Well, attention to details at OTAs earned Burford this opportunity. And, I talk about it a lot in the piece, so you're going to have to read it. We go through with Burford just the nuances of Kyle Shanahan's outside zone scheme. And they ran outside zone at UTSA. I talked to his coach, Robert Traylor, at UTSA. There was a lot of similarity between what I believe it's the Roadrunners, right? Not the Roadrunners is Bakersfield. What's UTSA's mascot? That's a great question. I'm going to look that up right now. UTSA mascot. The Roadrunner. Yeah, I knew that. I'm pretty sure that Cal State Bakersfield is the Roadrunners as well. Yeah, so Rowdy the Roadrunner is the mascot of the University of Texas at San Antonio. So the Roadrunners, Spencer Burford was a Roadrunner. Now he's a 49er. They ran some outside zone. They ran some gap scheme in Conference USA. And Spencer Burford's from San Antonio, by the way. He did have a chance to go to bigger schools, but he wanted to put San Antonio on the map. That's the way that he put it. He wanted to put his hometown on the map. So local kid, stayed home, did some good work for San Antonio, played 2 years of guard, 2 years of tackle, was turning guys into ragdolls on the left side of the offensive line as a tackle by the end of his time at UTSA. He was strong for the college level, but the college level is different than, especially at Conference USA, is different than the NFL. Anyway, they ran some outside zone there, but the complexity of what they run in the NFL is so much greater, especially under Kyle Shanahan. So talking to Spencer Burford yesterday was fantastic because you saw that he's a student of the game, and you saw why the 49ers coaching staff started to trust him in OTAs because he understands that 6 inches is everything, right? That could be the difference between a touchdown and a big loss in the backfield as far as finding your landmark, executing the block with the proper movement, with the proper speed, with the proper timing, and the proper technique, so that you open up that little sliver, that little crease for one of the 49ers running backs to slip through. So he is on top of his P's and Q's. Spencer Burford does not act like a rookie. And, for that, I thought he was really, really impressive at the podium. Trey Lance himself last week said that Spencer Burford carries himself as a pro, that he doesn't look like a rookie. And then when Burford stepped up to the podium, NFL auditorium for the first time, well, we saw what Lance was talking about. I thought this was really impressive. 30 seconds of Spencer Burford yesterday up there at Levi State.
Encouraging, I would say. They encourage me a whole lot. Sometimes I'll be down on myself, you know what I'm saying? You make a bad play. They tell you, like, you're going to have good plays, you're going to have bad plays at the end of the day. It's the game of football. Just win more than you lose, and then when you're out there, it's going to be electrifying. You know what I'm saying? The crowd's going to be going crazy in the Bay. We got a great fan base. Shout out Bang right now in the game. Like I said, the environment that I'm finna be in, it can't be more suited.
That is Spencer Burford talking about his first NFL game. It'll be a preseason game on Friday. He said, "I'm not going to lie to you. I'm excited for it to be there in front of the crowd, and what an opportunity for the fourth round rookie out of San Antonio." Now, why did Burford not go into the fourth round? What were the questions? Well, some of the questions were about how his strength would translate from Conference USA to the NFL. This is something that I actually disagreed with on tape when I studied Burford coming out of college. You'll remember that I put up a YouTube short of Spencer Burford ragdolling a poor defender on the left side of the line. He looked a lot like Trent Williams does, except at a lower level. And I said, Spencer Burford already looks like Trent Williams' son. And that video made the rounds. It went a little bit viral. It was funny. And, to me, being able to do what he did in that video showcased that he had some man strength. I don't care if it was at a lower college level. Obviously, the NFL features bigger, faster, and stronger players. But a lot of the scouting community was saying, oh, yeah, this guy, he's not going to have the anchor for the NFL level. It's going to take a couple of years for him to develop that. The strength just isn't there. And, I'm not a scout. I'm not going to pretend I'm a scout, but I do talk to people who know a lot about the game, and I do watch a lot of tape, and I obviously have covered the 49ers now for several seasons. And to me, there was a little bit of a disconnect there. I was like, he plays strong. Spencer Burford played strong on his college tape. It didn't seem to me that he was a guy that you'd point at and be like, oh, he's going to need to pick up strength for 2 or 3 years to fit into an NFL system. Now, when I watched Justin School, 6th round pick out of Vanderbilt in college, when I watched the tape for Colton McKivitz, Nick Zakel, 49ers 6th round pick this year out of Fordham. All of those guys, I said, these are going to be, I don't think the 49ers can plug and play these guys. These guys will be projects because there was development that was needed. And that is what you expect out of offensive line draft picks that go beyond the second round. I mean, even Aaron Banks, who went in the second round, had to rework his body, right? But with Spencer Burford, it was different. I just thought that was some ready-made strength when he put on the tape at San Antonio. And lo and behold, he's holding his own. He's answering questions about his strength. He worked out with Trent Williams this offseason. Trent Williams sent an open invite to some of those 49ers rookies, some of those young guys, and Jason Poe and Spencer Burford took him up on it. They worked out in Houston. They obviously worked on the technical aspects of the game, but in the 3+ months since the draft, Burford has definitely gotten stronger. He said he's gotten stronger, and I think that he was stronger than people gave him credit for, than the scouting community gave him credit for to begin with, because throughout most of camp, he's been winning his one-on-one battles. He didn't have a great day yesterday when I wrote about him, which, it's just how timing works sometimes, right? So he struggled a little bit more yesterday during the one-on-ones, but then boom, you turn around to the team period, and Spencer Burford and the 49ers offensive line delivers their best practice of camp. That was a big part of Trey Lance going 14-19, having his best day. The offensive line protected him. So, that lends to our bigger point that Spencer Burford is going to be one of the more important 49ers this year, because the 49ers have to do a better job at that right guard position in front of a young quarterback, because right guard has been a consistent issue for the 49ers under Kyle Shanahan, whether it be in the early days, Brandon Fusco playing at right guard, or moving on to Mike Person and then to Daniel Brunskill. Consistently, the 49ers have registered below average pass protection marks at right guard, and it has sunk this team time and time again, especially in a division that features Aaron Donald and a lot of really good interior offensive linemen. So the 49ers, defensive linemen. So the 49ers want to raise the ceiling at right guard. And the great potential luxury for them, the one that they had in 2019, was Daniel Brunskill, who played guard last year, being a roving lineman, right? He was really good at tackle in 2019, both left and right. He was good at center in 2020. If Brendel can win center, Jake Brendel can win center, and Spencer Burford can continue to win this right guard competition, it frees up Daniel Brunskill to be your 6th offensive lineman. And guess what? You're going to need a sixth offensive lineman in the National Football League now that you run these marathon 17-game seasons. The 49ers played 20 last year, including the playoffs. So that's what they're working toward. That's why Burford's such a big key. He solves right guard. A lot of other problems downstream get solved because Brunskill can then kind of be glue that you stick anywhere when you need it, and you will need it given the health record of the NFL and the health record of the 49ers. Banks at left guard, Aaron Banks, Jake Brendel, Spencer Burford. That's the goal for the 49ers. And of course, this piece on Burford, well, I'll put the link in the chat section one more time. All right, guys, I am headed into the Bay. I'm going to swim a little bit before I head into the 49ers facility. So, you know the drill. Welcome to our 49ers coverage. Those of you who are new, sub to The Athletic. Comment section, chat section, you have the link to this piece. It's in depth on Spencer Burford, more than you'll find anywhere. He worked out with Trent Williams this offseason. Matt Barrows also wrote a good piece about that with Jason Poe. And sub to this channel. I'm on Twitter and Instagram, so you can get out there as well. But sub to the channel and sub to The Athletic. And everybody have a great day. There's going to be a lot of content coming from 49ers camp today from yours truly. So be sure to stay tuned in, sub to the channel, and be ready for everything that will be rolling your way. All right, everybody have a great morning. Enjoy your coffee, finish it up, and get to work. Take care.